Okay, Lebby, what's on the agenda today?
What if you have nothing to say?
Well, then don't say anything. But I guess the question is someone asking you a question? Is there a need to say something? You have to be more clear on what the actual question is, because if you have
Well,
nothing to say, then don't say anything.
well, in long-term relationships, there will be times where there is a lull in the conversation, shall we say. What if you have nothing to say? I think, there's always something that you can talk about, but that doesn't mean it needs to be said. It's okay to have quiet and just be together.
Yeah, you don't always have to have something to say, especially in long-term relationships where you've likely said most of everything. You can finish each other's sentences. Even if you don't necessarily agree with it, you can finish it. It's
It's stupid things going to come out of it.
Yeah, so you don't have to necessarily even have a conversation to have a conversation, but a lot can be said without saying anything. And sometimes the best thing to do is actually to not say anything. We can actually go back for our personal lives. And just the other day, I had a long day out from the house, and I was been in crowds and kind of places that are tiring for my personality. I'm not a natural extrovert, and so when I'm out being at events and I'm surrounded by crowds of people and I have to be on, it can be tiring for me. And so when I get home and people ask a bunch of questions, and there comes a point where you don't mind, you understand that they're interested, but then there comes a point is I don't want to talk about any of this stuff I just experienced. I wanted to come home and sit down and relax and not actually talk about what I've just done because I wanted to relax from it. And so in that particular case, okay, we have to understand how to do that. Now, with us, it was easy. I just kind of told you, probably a little too grumpy, and I apologize for that. but again, because you love me and you understood where it was coming from, it was okay.
Well, you'd already said you were tired like 40 times. So, the fact that it came off just a little gruff was just not out of character even for anyone, for heaven's sakes. And yes, tell me what you need. I'm not a mind reader. How can I give you what you need unless you tell me?
So welcome to the man's world. But yeah, well, that's kind of exactly it. If some people need the quiet time, and so you don't say anything. There's other times where all you're going to talk about, you're just going to fill. It's like being a TV host. You've got a minute to fill, and you just blabber about nothing. You say a lot of words, but at the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything. And so you don't need to say it. Because sometimes silence says more than words. And that is your daily dose.